Weapon number 8, negating your needs and putting himself first. Just before the end of my last year of high school, a close friend of mine died in a horrific car accident, and I learned of this the next morning at school. When I got home, I told my father that my friend had died. She'd been to our house several times, so he knew her. Instead of helping me with the emotional trauma that I felt, he interrupted me and began excitedly telling me that he'd just been booked by a new client to photograph a Viking funeral. I tried again to talk to him about it, but he couldn't bother to show the slightest amount of concern or care. He hijacked the moment to center his own relevance, his business, and his ego, leaving me emotionally abandoned during a situation that no teenager should ever have to face, much less face alone. A few years later, just after our first child was born, my father asked my husband and I to help with marketing and redoing his photography portfolio. By that time, I'd worked for him for years, from my late teens to early 20s without pay, even as he lied to clients in front of me, claiming that I was paid very well. When my husband and I told my parents that we would need to be compensated, they said, "We can't, we have a mortgage to pay," ignoring the fact that we had a newborn baby and our own rent to pay. This wasn't just selfishness, it was narcissistic entitlement, the belief that our lives and labor existed solely to serve them. The malignant narcissist father always puts his needs and self-centered interests ahead of yours, feeling entitled to your attention and support in one breath while using and discarding you in the next. But here's what he didn't count on: you standing up for yourself, you naming the harm, and you reclaiming your right to exist beyond his shadow. Your needs are real, your story is valid, and healing begins when you stop shrinking to make space for someone who never saw you in the first place.